Okay, so here I'm going to show how to create branded versions of a set of ad groups. So, for example, we are going to make a set of ad groups that include a brand name for these right here. The first brand that we're going to do is going to be Steelcase. So that's a type of cubicle. So I'm going to show you how to get started with that. So first of all, if these are the ad groups that I want to create a branded version for, I'm going to copy those. I'm just going to jump into editor. I'm going to make sure I'm in my exact match campaign. So we can go ahead and minimize that. You can see I only have two. And I'm going to quickly run an advanced search. And I'm going to say ad group name matches exactly those. Now I'm going to click search. Clean up my input is fine. And now you can see that I've pulled in all of those ad groups. I'm in the ads tab. So I'm going to jump into the keywords tab. So now what this has done is this has given me all of the keywords associated with those ad groups. So first step is I'm going to get all the keywords. So I'm going to copy those out, and I'm going to just jump in over here and go to my Steelcase tab. So I'm going to paste that in. So first, what I want to do is get rid of all of this. I don't need this data. So when I'm here, this is Command Shift right arrow, and you can just delete and get rid of that information for now. So basically I have all the keywords. Now I'm creating the Steelcase version. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and concatenate and make my new ad group name. So to do that, I'm just going to say equals concatenate quotations, whoops, sorry about that, quotations Steelcase, and then we're going to say space pipe space comma and then that. So now I have Steelcase cubicles as the name of my ad group. I'm going to fill that all the way down and double check it to make sure it did fill all the way down, and it did. So now I'm going to select here Command Shift down to select them all. I'm going to copy Command C, and now I'm going to overwrite those. So I have to paste special so that my formulas don't mess up. So you right click, paste special, use formulas, use values, I'm sorry. Click OK. Now you can see I've updated the ad group names on all of those. So now I can just delete those, and now I have the ad group names, I have the keywords that are supposed to go in them. So now really all I need to do is go ahead and create different versions of these keywords. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to create the version with Steelcase in the front. So for that, it's going to be the exact same process. I'm going to concatenate. I'm going to say Steelcase, right? And then space, comma, cubicle, enter. So now I have the keyword Steelcase cubicle, right? So I have all of these at this point. Now I'm going to do the same thing. Command Shift down, copy, and then come over here, and essentially we can paste these in. Before I paste them in, I'm actually going to make another version because I want a version with Steelcase at the end. So I want to say equals concatenate, and then first I would say cubicle, comma, and then space Steelcase. So now I have the word Steelcase cubicle, and I also have the word cubicle Steelcase, right? So, whoops, so let's just fill that down, okay? So firstly, we've got these keywords, we've got these keywords. These are the, brand first, brand before keyword, and these are brand after keyword, right? So then those are my headings up there. Just go ahead and make those bold so it's a little bit easier to read. And now what I'm going to do is I need to get both of these into the column, both of these over here into this section. So first what I'm going to do is grab all of these I need to copy them because I need to create another set here because I've got two sets of keywords that are going to be overwriting the original one. So now you can see I've repeated the ad groups here. So now when I come up here, I can just come to this group, Command Shift down, and copy. Now I can come here and I can paste special and do values. Okay. Now I can click OK. Now if we look, right, I've completed the original set, and now I'm going to just move the extra set over here. So I no longer need this, so I'm going to get rid of it, and now I'm going to come here and say Command. Oops, you see what happened there? So because this has steel case at the end, when I did this first paste over here, it made these mess up. So what I would do here is actually copy these first, Command C, and then just paste special right here. Values. Okay. Now we can go back and we can redo that step. So again, we're copying those and we're pasting special and we're using the values. Okay. See, now these are right and it didn't mess up over here. Before it put steel case because I had this as a formula. So you have to make sure and change it. Once you have your formula, then paste special so that it has the values and it doesn't change when you start moving columns around. So now I'm going to move the brand after keywords over. So copy those. And then I'm going to come down and see this is perfect. I'm going to paste those in. And now let's look. So everything matches up perfect, right? So now we're going to come over here. I need to make sure my criterion type fills all the way down. And let's see, that's filled in all the way down. And now we can delete those out of there. And let's give this a chance. So now I'm going to just Command Shift right and down. I'm going to copy all those keywords. So that's 220 keywords right there. And basically what I want to do is come into my keywords, make multiple changes, add, update multiple keywords. I use this box because it says my keyword information includes columns, which mine already does. It has campaign, it has ad group, it has keyword at the top, right? So then I click process. Ad groups process 10, keywords process 218, finish and review changes. Now let's take a look over here. Everything that's in green has just been created. That's a brand new ad group. So if I click into this ad group now and I look at my keywords, now you can see I have all those keywords already in this ad group. I have all of this already done for all the steel case. So I just created the steel case version of cubicles really quickly and easily. So I'll just say keep proposed changes, right? And now I'm just going to quickly show you how to do the null version. So now I just copy that from steel case. I paste it in over here. I expand my columns so I can see what I'm doing. And now I just say Control A, Control F. Actually, I want to do ad groups first because these have capital letters. So replace with null, replace all, okay, close, do it here, steel case, replace with null, replace all, okay, close, Control A, Control C, come back over here, make multiple changes, add, check the box, paste in, process, 218 ad groups process, finish and review, and let's take a look. Now we have null. So we have all the null cubicle ad groups, we have all the steel case cubicle ad groups, and we have all the keywords. I'm going to go ahead and do it real quick for Hayworth. So I'm going to paste that in there. We'll just expand that. Control F, replace null with Hayworth, replace all, close, and do the same thing right here again. Null, replace with Hayworth, replace all, okay, close, and let's get those created. So I'll keep those proposed changes, I'll make more, add, update multiple keywords, make sure you always check the box, paste that in, process the keywords, finish and review changes, and again, now we have Hayworth. So quickly, we've created, if we just look here, we've created under all unposted local changes, I created 654 keywords, I've created 30 new ad groups, and now what we're going to do is I'm going to duplicate that for broad match modified. So those were all the exact match. If you notice, the match type right here is exact on all of those keywords, my new ones that I've posted. So I need to create the broad match modified versions of those and put them in the other campaign. So the easiest way to do that is just before you post your changes, you keep this view as all unposted local changes. These are all the new keywords that we've created. So now I'll just copy all of those, and I'll come into Excel, and I'll just call this my BMM keywords. I'll paste that in. I'll say 150 so I can see what I'm doing. I'll expand this. Okay. Now, essentially, I need to change the match type to broad. Okay. And make sure that goes all the way down. That looks fine. And here, what I'm doing, first of all, is I have to add the plus sign to make these BMMs. So the way that I do that is using a concatenation. So I'll concatenate and then quote, plus sign quote, comma, steel case cubicle, enter, okay. Now I have the version with a plus in the front. I'm going to copy those. I'm going to paste special here. Use the values again. Okay. Don't need this column anymore. So now you can see I have it almost right. I just need to replace and get plus signs in front of those other keywords. So the easiest way to do that is going to be, say, Command F here. And I want to replace a space. Just hit the space bar. Replace it with space plus. When I click replace all, you can see now every keyword has a plus sign in front of it. That's exactly what we want for broad match modified. Now the last thing I have to do is just make sure that I'm actually putting them in the BMM campaign. So you can just say Command F, replace exact with BMM, replace all, okay, close. Now let's Command A, Command C to copy all of that. And now let's come in, and we're still adding keywords. So we're going to say make multiple changes, check the box, paste it in, process it. 30 ad groups created in the broad match modified. You can see it's green. Keywords processed, another 654. Perfect. And let's just take a look there, and let's see. Yep, we've got all the Hayworth. If I change this to all, you can see I've got all of my correct Hayworth keywords in there. I've got all of my null keywords in there, and I've got all of my steel case keywords in there. They're all broad, which is something I always want to double check. So keep your proposed changes. Come into your broad campaign, all unposted local changes, and you can just click, and then if you select them all, you'll see they're all broad. If this changes to varies, then you know you've messed up somewhere and you have to double check your work. So for now, those are good to go. I'm going to make a separate video now that shows how to actually create the ads, because the ads, they don't copy over. We just created the keywords and the ad groups at this point. The next thing that we have to do is actually create the ads. It's a very similar process, but I want to make a separate video for that.